Start in a comfortable seated position, sitting cross-legged or kneeling, stacking the spine up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Take a few moments here to drop into your breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Comfortable and easy. You've got it. One more big breath here, filling up the belly, the ribs, the collarbone. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Palms connect in prayer at heart center, thumbs rest into the sternum. Take a moment there to set your intention for this time on the mat. And then sliding the palms together, build some heat in between the hands. Once you have some heat there, cup the palms, hover them over the eyes, blink your eyes open. Release the hands from the face. Let's roll over the legs and lay the forearms down on the floor, setting up a forearm plank. All right, so that forearm plank, interlacing the fingers. Your elbows are right underneath the shoulders. Knees lifted if possible, but if you need to, you can always have the knees down on the floor for supported forearm plank. We're all going to be a little different. Just notice what you need to do this evening. You need to modify something, you go ahead and modify it. This is your time. Take one more inhale here. Now, as you exhale, lower the thighs and pubic bone down towards the floor. Find a sphinx. You can keep the hands interlaced for this variation of sphinx. Push down into your forearms and actually feel like you're pulling your heart forward. Neck stays nice and long. Shoulders drawing back and down. One more inhale there, sphinx. As you exhale, tuck the toes, engage your core, lift back up, forearm plank. You need to keep the knees down on the floor, keep the knees down, and we find a supported forearm plank. We're only doing one more cycle of this, warming up the shoulders and the core as we start our practice. Push the floor away, one more inhale. Exhale, lower thighs and pubic bone down towards the mat, sphinx. Draw the chest forward. Feel as though you're pulling your arms back as the heart reaches forward. One more inhale to lengthen the space across the heart. As you exhale, tuck the toes, pull yourself back up. Right hand to the floor, push. Left hand to the floor, push. High plank, inhale. Exhale, reach the hips up and back. Find a downward facing dog, pedaling up the heels. Nodding your head yes, shaking it no. Feeling some length through the arms, through the legs, through the torso. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Take a big step, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale to fold. Root down to your feet. Inhale, come all the way up, grow tall. Exhale, dive the heart right back over the legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the palm, step the feet back, high plank. We're gonna lower the left forearm down to the mat. Turn all your toes to the right. You can choose to either keep that right hand on the floor for support or bring the right hand to the right hip. Side plank. Squeezing through left side body. Pushing into that left forearm, doing your best to stack your shoulders on top of each other. Not here forever, I promise. Just one more inhale. You'll exhale to bring right palm back down, push. Left hand to the floor, high plank, inhale. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Really nice. Try to lengthen through the arms, through the legs, through the torso. Do one more cycle just like that. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, stepward jump, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale, extending the spine. Exhale to fold. Root down to the feet. Inhale, come all the way up, grow tall. Exhale, hinge and fold back over the legs. The halfway lift lengthens the spine. Inhale. Exhale, place the palm, step the feet back, high plank. Carefully lower the right forearm down to the mat. Turn all your toes to the left. The left hand can stay there on the floor for support or take it towards the left hip. Engaging right side body, lift up away from the mat. Breathe. Stay with your inhale. Stay with your exhale. One more breath. The exhale releases left hand to the floor. Push. Come up onto your right palm. Take an inhale, pushing the floor away, high plank. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Feeling the shoulders. Feeling the length of your spine. Acknowledging where you're starting to feel a bit of heat. Next time you exhale, carefully walk your hands back towards your feet. Find a standing forward fold, back edge of the mat. Inhale, bend the knees deeply, reach the arms forward, wide leg chair. You sink into your chair so the thighs are parallel to the floor without collapsing the torso. Engage the muscles in your back and lift the torso upright. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fold forward over the legs. Call the hands to the top of the mat, downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump lightly, top of the mat, feet together. Halfway lift, inhale, extending the spine. Exhale, fold. Big toes are touching, knees hugging. As you inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up, chair pose. Squeeze the inner thighs. Can you sink that chair lower and lower, adducting, squeezing the legs to the midline. Come all the way down to your bum, with or without the help of your hands. Extend the legs forward as you lay back. Low boat and low back and sacrum pushing into the floor in your low boat. Engage through the core. There's a squeezing sensation, a contraction between your sternum and the pubic bone, like you're getting closer there. Squeeze that section. You lift the legs up a little higher if you need to. You're only here for another 5. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release to the mat. A releasing of the engagement. Maybe you notice you were clenching your jaw or squeezing the muscles in your face. Try to let go of that tension. Take an inhale. Exhale, hug the right knee into your chest, interlace the fingers over the shin, pull the thigh nice and close. Right arm reaches out to the side, palm face up. Use your left hand, guide that right leg across the body. Recline spinal twist. Keep the right shoulder blade pressing down to the floor. Look towards your right arm. Just one more breath in your reclined spinal twist. Carefully come back through center. Hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Rock left and right. Massage the muscles running up and down your back. Then hands behind the knees. Begin to rock the length of your spine. A little bit of momentum here. Rock forward with or without hands. Plant the feet. Lift your bum up. Uttanasana, chair pose. Big inhale when you get there. Good work. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the palm, step or jump the feet back, high plank. Lower that left forearm down to the floor. Turn your toes to the right, and this time you'll stack the right foot on top of the left. Squeezing the legs together, adducted. Right hand can stay on the floor or reach it straight up. Breathe, keep that left side strong. Can you stack the right arm directly on top of the right elbow, the left elbow, and shoulder? Really, really long. One more breath. Exhale, right hand to the floor, push, come up to a high plank. Inhale. Now this time you'll exhale and lower carefully all the way down to your belly. Press into the tops of the feet, hug the elbows in. Inhale, peel up chest and chin, baby, or towards full cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower back down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Push yourself up to tabletop, pausing for a moment in your tabletop. Exhaling to round the spine. Inhaling to arch. Just once more. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift and arch. Come back through the neutral, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Find a downward facing dog, sit bones, lifting up towards the ceiling. Inhale, the right leg goes up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee to right elbow, touch. Inhale, lift it all the way up. Exhale, knee to right elbow, touch. Inhale, lift it up. And last time, exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, knee to the nose. Step the right foot in between the hands. Rise up, inhale, high runner's lunge. Reach up through your fingertips, bend into that right leg a little bit more. Can you make it more parallel to the floor? Well, hi, Abby. Thanks for joining me. Take one more inhale. You exhale, release the left hand down to the floor. Inhale, the right arm reaches up. Twist. Breathe. One more big inhale. Exhale, release right hand down to the floor. Step the right foot back. Vinyasa. Chaturanga to up dog if you can. If you want to skip that and go right to a downward facing dog, that's totally fine. That is an option. When you get to that down dog, slowly walk your hands to your feet. Find a standing forward fold, the back edge of your mat. And then inhale, bend the knees deeply, reach the arms forward, wide leg chair. Try to upright the torso, lift the torso up, sink down into your legs. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fold forward all the way over the legs. Crawl the hands to the top of the mat, downward facing dog. Sit bones lifted up. Now down dog, inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Big toes touch, knees hugging as you inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink deeper and deeper into that chair. Come all the way down to your bum. If you have to use your hands, you can go behind you and help with that assist. Lay back, reaching the legs forward. Come into your low back and sacrum in your low boat. Breathe. You only here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully release torso, legs, and arms. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hug the left knee in towards your chest, interlace the fingers over the shin, pull the thigh nice and close. Reach that left arm out to the side, palm face up. Use your right hand, guide the left leg across the body, reclined spinal twist. Look towards that left arm. Keep the left shoulder blade pressed down into the floor. We've got one more inhale. Exhale to come back to center. Both knees hug into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock left and right, massage the muscles, running up and down your back. As you start to rock the length of your spine, from sit bones to the nape of the neck, if you find it really hard to build up that momentum, you might need hands by the hip. Rock forward, pull the heels underneath you, push with your hands. Lift up, Utkatasana, chair pose, inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to place the palm, step or jump the feet back. Carefully lower the right forearm to the floor. Turn all your toes to the left and stack that left foot on top of the right. Left hand can stay or reach it straight up, stacking the left arm over the right as much as possible. So not collapsing that right shoulder forward. Keep it nice and strong. Last big inhale. Exhale, release left hand to the floor. Push, right hand to the floor. High plank, inhale. Lower all the way to your belly, exhale. Inhale to cobra, peel up. Exhale, come back down. Neck stays long, elbows in. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. You can inhale, lift up to tabletop, pausing in tabletop. Exhale, tuck and round the spine, flex it. Inhale, lift and arch. Extend it. One more time. Exhale to round into your cat. Inhale to arch and extend into your cow. Come back to neutral, toes tucked, hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, knee to the nose. Last time, inhale, lift it up. And exhale, knee to the nose. Set the left foot in between the hands. Rise up, inhale, high runner's lunge. Sink into your legs a little bit more. Back leg is straight, left leg bends deeply. Grow tall through your torso and arms. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Twist towards that left leg. Just one inhale here. Exhale, left hand comes to the floor. Set the left foot back, vinyasa, chaturanga to up dog, or right to a downward facing dog. Sit bones lifted up, pedaling out the heels. Your head a little shake. Hold down dog for 10. Breathe here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees down as wide as the mat. Big toes touch into the back. Hips to the heels. Forehead to a block of the floor. Setting up your child's pose, Balasana. Noticing where some of the effort's been this far in your practice. All shoulders, all hips. Something along the length of your spine. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, want the hands just slightly off the right edge of your mat. Creating a side bend there. Breathing into the left ribs, shoulder, and side waist. We've got one more big breath. Exhale, carefully walk the hands back through center and slightly off the left edge. Breathe into your right ribs, shoulder, and side waist. Allowing that to be as comfortable as possible. At the same time, working into some of the tension you might be feeling there. Keep the breath flowing. You're doing so well. One more inhale. All right, we'll exhale to release back to center, walking the hands in towards the knees. Bring the knees together, feet together, sitting on the heels if possible. If you find that really, really uncomfortable, you're always welcome to modify this. Sit on a block or sit cross-legged instead. Reach the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back. Shoulder blades squeeze together. As your shoulder blades squeeze together, notice your chest lift up. Fist drives down, expanding the space across the heart. Undoing some of the hunching, the rounding forward we may have done at our desk, our kitchen table, or on our couch today. Take one more breath across the heart, and you can exhale to carefully release. Shift forward, tuck the toes, and then sit towards the heels, stretching the soles of the feet. If that's really challenging, you could always have hands on blocks or just keep leaning forward. It's just way too much for the soles of your feet. If it feels okay, try to stack everything. Breath is flowing in through the nose, out through the nose. So the transition here might involve hands on blocks to help with a lift. You can also push from the floor. Without any hands, you're going from this kneeling shape into a chair pose at the back of the mat. Using your arms for a little bit of momentum, you start to swing them a little. When they swing forward, your heels are going to come down and your bum is going to lift. Inhaling, the chair pose, Utkatasana. It might be smooth, it might take a little bit of doing. We'll get there one day. Take an inhale when you get to chair pose. Exhale, hinge and fold. Call the hands to the top of the mat, downward facing dog. Separate your feet about hip width. Really nice. Left foot turns in about 45 degrees. Step the right foot forward in between the hands. Rise up, hands to the hips first in your warrior one leg, back heels down on the floor. The right hip feels like it's pulling back as the left hip presses forward. Not important to square the hip, but that's the direction we're going. So this nice driving forward of the left hip, pulling back to the right. Add the arms, reaching up, warrior one. You connect your palms in prayer and look up towards your thumbs. Breathe in your warrior one, super strong. One more inhale. On the exhale, open up, warrior two, heart and hips. Turn to the left, arms reach wide. We're still sinking into the legs. Right knee tracking with the right toes. Arms reach wide. Keep breathing. Inhale, turn right palm to the ceiling. Then exhale, reverse your warrior. The left hand is very gentle as it pushes into the leg. Maybe it's not even touching. Take an inhale into that right side. Then exhale, pull yourself back up. Warrior 2. Sweep the arms back behind you. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Shoulder blades squeeze together, just like we did in that kneeling shape. Turn your chest to the top left corner of your mat. Begin to hinge forward. Humble warrior. Strong legs, no arms. Arms reaching up. Breathe here with me. Some of us might even take the forehead or the top of the head down to the floor. It's okay if it doesn't get there. Pull that right shoulder off the right thigh. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Release your palms down inside the right foot. Back heel lift. Lower the left knee to the mat. Untouch the toes. Oh, good work. Hips continue to push forward and down as you actually try to lift your chest and face forward and up. Look at all that extension from the left leg straight up through the torso. We're trying to find length here from the left toes shooting out the top of the head. There will be a fair amount of compression, flexion into the front of that right hip. Breathe with me here. Lizard lunge prep for 3, 2, and 1. You can lower your forearms either to blocks. If you have blocks handy, bring them underneath the forearms for some support. Palms connect in prayer. You don't need the blocks. Coming right down to the floor. Palms connecting in prayer. Finding our lizard lunge. Maybe weighing down the hips a little bit more by tucking the back toes and picking up the back knee. You reach through the torso. Try not to only round or lift the hips up. Hips push forward and down as you reach the crown of the head forward, belly up. Hello, legs. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Come back up onto your hands. Step the left foot forward so it's outside the left hand, and then sink down to a deep yogic squat, Malasana, garland pose. If you'd like to modify that by sitting on a prop, you can always grab your block, put that underneath your bum. Palms in prayer, elbows pressed out as the inner thighs actually hug in slightly. Look at the shape of your spine. Try your best to lengthen the spine here as well. Extending up, engaging the muscles in your back and in the back of your shoulders. Now, if you'd like to play with an arm balance, there's 2 things you can do. Option 1 is to stay in your Malasana, turn the palms forward, and feel this engagement of pressing out as you hug the legs in. If I was to face the camera, we have this sensation of keeping the forearms parallel with each other. So as I push out, I don't allow the elbows to come out. I use my inner thighs to hug the arms in. This is really nice prep work for crow pose. If you'd like to work your crow, palms come down to the floor. Keep pushing out as you hug the legs in. Look forward and lean forward until your elbows stack over the wrists, and eventually the feet float up. It's not a jump because that's going to take your face right to the floor. It is a lean forward, a look forward. It becomes an arm balance. If you're new to crow pose, it's okay not to lift the feet. The feet can just come to tiptoes. Maybe that's what you need today. One more breath. If the feet are lifted, we'll exhale to put them back down. Good. We'll all fold forward over the legs. Give it a little shake. Swaying to the left and to the right. Acknowledging how the body feels. Good work. All right, from that standing forward fold, inhale, roll all the way up, stand. Head comes up last, finding Tadasana, mountain pose. Now mountain pose, shift the weight to the left foot, drive the right knee up. Catch the ankle, place the sole of the right foot towards the left inner thigh, and adduct, squeeze to the midline. Palms in prayer, look forward at 1 point. Check in with our single leg balance posture here. It's already pretty challenging to balance. Keep the eyes open, fixed at your drishti point, your focus point. If you want to challenge your balance, simply close your eyes. When you close the eyes, we have to rely on proprioception, connecting with the inner ear. We can't use the visual system in the inner ear. So it's possible you'll lose your balance. Reset, try again. Notice if left side, right side is different once we get there. The eyes are still closed. Amazing. Blink them open. We'll exhale to release. Halasana. Inhale, reach the arms up, grow tall. Exhale, hinge and fold all the way over the legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the palms, step or jump the feet back. Vinyasa, chaturanga to up dog. Meeting in a downward facing dog. Bring the knees down, this time knees together, feet together. Sit the hips to the heels, slide the palms back. Find modified child's pose. Palms face up next to the feet, forehead to a block or the floor. For a few of us, especially if you have tension in the mid back or upper back, occasionally this modified variation of child's pose is going to feel a little bit more releasing for that tension we're looking to get into. If you happen to be fairly tight, it might be very challenging to come into the full expression. You may need to prop the shape. One more inhale into your upper back, mid back, and low back. As you sigh that breath out, we'll slide the palms under the shoulders and carefully sit up into our kneeling shape. Back where we were on the first side. Reach the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back, try to have the other thumb on top. Shoulder blades squeeze together as you drive that fist down. Lift your sternum up. Notice how our chest goes from kind of facing the floor, that's when we're hunched, and then it's facing forward. And then as we squeeze, we complete that squeeze of shoulder blades back, the chest faces upwards. Lengthen through the heart. One more inhale. Exhale to release. Good job. Shift forward. Tuck the toes. And then see if you can sit the bum back down towards the heels. Hands can stay where they are. They can walk in and be on blocks. They can be off the blocks, just being upright with the torso. All the natural curves in your spine as you stack over the soles of the feet. Breath flowing. In through the nose, out through the nose. Let's see if we can get that smooth movement up into chair pose from this kneeling shape. So you can get the arms swaying a little bit. There's a touch of momentum. And the arms swing forward, the knees lift and the heels come down. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. You've got it. Take a big breath. Exhale, hinge and fold. Crawl the hands to the top of the mat. Down dog, separating the feet about hip width. Lift up through the shoulders, through the torso, out of the hips. Keep the breath flowing in through the nose, out through the nose. Right foot turns in about 45 degrees. Step the left foot forward, in between the hands. Rise up, hands to the hips to start. Warrior one leg. Using that back foot to drive the right hip forward. The left hip pulling back. There's that motion here of squaring the hips, even if the hips can't square. That's the direction where we're kind of pushing everything. Add the arms reaching up. Warrior one. Palms potentially can connect in prayer and look up to your thumb. Strong and solid warrior. One more inhale. Exhale, open up. Warrior two. Heart and hips turn to the right. Arms reach wide. Still deep in the legs here. Breathe. Don't hold the breath when things get challenging. Keep the breath flowing. Inhale, turn the left palm to the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Lengthening through that left side. Keep the right hand quite light. Just one more inhale there. Exhale to pull yourself back up. Arms reach back behind you. Interlace the fingers, the other thumb on top. Shoulder blades squeeze together, just like the kneeling shape. Turn your heart to the top right corner. And then hinging forward, work your forehead or the crown of the head down. Left shoulder stays off the left thigh. Potentially the head finds the floor, but it doesn't have to in your humble warrior. Reach the arms up a little bit more. One more inhale. We'll exhale to release both hands down. Inside the left foot. Lower the right knee on top of the toes. Try to lift the torso up. You can come to fingertips or hands on blocks. Hips push forward and down as your torso and face reach up and forward. Breathe. Don't hold that breath in. You got one more inhale. Exhale, forearms come down to either blocks or directly to the floor, your lizard lunge. Options to tuck the back toes and pick up the knee, to weigh down the hips a little bit more. Use that to lengthen through the torso here as well. It's a fair amount of flexion, compression, squeezing at the front of the left hip. Lots of extension, lengthening into the right hip. Last big inhale. Exhale, come up onto your hands. Good job. Push the floor away. Lightly step that right foot forward. Outside the right hand, we'll sink down. Deep yogic squat, Malasana. Options to sit on a block. Want to make a yoga chair. Palms in prayer, push out, lengthen up through the torso. So for some of us, if we're practicing stuff like our crow pose, you want to play with your balance a little bit more. Instead of the arms inside the legs and legs hugging in, arms pushing out, it'll be elbows and knees connecting. So we're thinking about palms to the floor, knees towards the elbows, just above the elbows, but below the triceps. You feel this weight of the leg pushing down into your forearm as you look and lean forward. This might be enough. Some of us will pick one heel up or both feet up, finding that more stacked variation of crow, where our thigh bones actually end up stacked in line with our forearms once we're balanced. That makes transitions to other fun things a little bit easier. Not easy, but easier. Once you've had a little play there, feet come down, we'll all fold forward, over the legs. You can sway a little bit to the left and the right. Nicely done. And you're standing forward fold. Inhale, roll up to stand. Tadasana, mountain pose. Shifting the weight towards that right foot, drive the left knee up. Catch the ankle, place the sole of the left foot towards the right inner thigh, and adduct. Push them together, palms in prayer at heart center. Look forward at one spot that isn't moving. Your drishti point is steady. And you choose either stay right there or play with your balance, close your eyes. And it's possible when you close the eyes that you will lose your balance. That's okay. The object of these shapes is not the shape itself. You kind of learn something when you make it. Sometimes you feel really open, sometimes really tight, sometimes quite balanced, sometimes unbalanced. If the eyes are still closed, amazing job. Blink them open. We'll use an exhale and slowly release. Good work. Let's bring the feet together. The top of the mat. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, slowly come all the way down toward your bum. Extend the legs forward one last time. We're in our low boat. Now this time in your low boat, turn it up a notch by flutter kicking. Breathe, don't hold the breath. We're here only for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keep breathing, 2, and 1, release. Softening to the mat. Really beautiful work. Once you've softened to the floor, take an inhale. As you exhale, bend that right knee, hug it into your chest, and interlace the fingers over the shin. Draw the thigh nice and close. Use one or both hands, start to draw circles with that right knee. As you draw those circles, acknowledging how your hip feels, muscles into your back. You're getting some feedback here. Good job. Use your left hand on the right knee. Guide the right leg across the body into a spinal twist, right arm reaching out to the side. Revisiting that spinal twist we did earlier. And maybe noticing if you create a little extra space through the body. Not important for the knee to find the floor, more important for that right shoulder and shoulder blade to stay down on the floor. Are you able to breathe? In through the nose, out through the nose. You got one more big breath. Good work. Exhale to come back through center. Bend the left knee, sole the foot to the floor, flex the right ankle, take the right ankle to the left thigh. Figure 4, lying on your back. And for a few of us, especially if in tree pose, you find it really challenging to draw that leg out to the side, staying here may be what you need, pushing that thigh away. You can also thread the needle by reaching the right arm through the legs, left arm around, and binding the left shin just below the knee or the left hamstring. Whatever version you're doing, you are breathing, taking advantage of some of that heat you created in the body. Releasing some of the tension that needs to be released out of your hips, your shoulders, your low back. Take one more breath. Exhale to carefully release. Left foot and right foot. Windshield wiper the knees, left, right, rolling across the outer hip. Straighten your legs, lie flat, second side, take an inhale. Exhale, hug the left knee into your chest, interlace the fingers over the shin, pull that thigh nice and close. And using either one or both hands, draw a few circles, both directions, with your left knee and thigh. Maybe start to notice that our hips are telling us a bit of a story. Left side, right side may feel a little bit different. Acknowledge where you feel that difference. Pause and center. Right hand finds that left knee again. Guide the left leg across the body with the help of the right hand, reaching the left arm out to the side. Turn your gaze to the left arm. Reclined spinal twist. Breathing here. In through the nose, out through the nose. It's okay if that left knee doesn't find the floor. More important for the left shoulder and shoulder blade, stay down. You're there for another 3, 2, and 1. Carefully come back through center. Bend the right knee, sole the right foot to the floor, flex the left ankle to the right thigh. You're welcome to stay there, just simply pushing the left thigh away, especially if you find it kind of challenging to take the leg out to the side in your tree pose. This may be enough. If you want more, left arm reaches through the legs, right arm around, bind the right shin just below the knee or cross the right hamstring behind the thigh. Breathe here, in through the nose, out through the nose. Acknowledging your hips, your shoulders, the length of your spine. Hi, dogs. You got one more big inhale here. And you can exhale and carefully release. Right foot, left foot to the floor. Windshield wiper the knees, left and right, rolling across the outer hips. Pause and center, have the feet parallel hip width. One last shape here. Press the palms into the floor next to the hips. Then inhale, lift the hips up, set to Bandhasana bridge pose. Interlacing the fingers behind the back, shoulder blades squeeze together, drive that fist down. Just like we did in our kneeling shape, but instead of lifting the chest up to the ceiling, kind of lifting up towards our chin and the room, the wall behind us. Extending through the spine here in your bridge pose. Stay lifted in bridge for another 3, 2, and 1. Carefully release the hands, lay the spine down with care. Windshield wiper the knees to the right and to the left, rolling across that outer hip. Really nicely done. Pausing in center. Feel till the feet to connect, let the knees drop out wide. Find Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly pose. That reclined butterfly pose, palms can rest face down next to the thighs or face down, on the thighs or face up next to the thighs. Relaxing the face, letting the breath slow down. Really nicely done today. If you feel that there's something missing from your practice, you are more than welcome to add it in. If, however, you feel ready to take rest, then from your butterfly, simply start to straighten the legs, lie flat, have the palms face up, a little ways away from the thighs, feet a comfortable distance apart, finding Shavasana. If you have pets where you are, maybe you are cuddling your pets in your Shavasana, that is totally fine. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Giving yourself a few moments to integrate the practice, to take some rest in your Shavasana. Do feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you feel you need. If you're coming back with me here, start by lengthening your inhales, your exhales. Move your fingers, move your toes. Turn your head side to side. Inhale to give yourself a big stretch. Then exhale to soften. One more time, inhale, stretch it out. And exhale to soften. Bend your knees, either roll to one side or rock up into a comfortable seated position. Sitting cross-legged or kneeling, stacking the spine up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Take a few moments there to drop back into your breath, recognizing if that shifted and changed for you over the course of your practice, short as it was. Allow an inhale to expand the belly, the ribs, the collarbone, fill all the way up. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Connect your palms in prayer, revisit your intention, and carry that with you off the mat into the rest of your week. Thanks for practicing with me. Namaste. I very much appreciate you being here with me live. Thanks for putting up with the puppies for some of the practice.
Thank you. Puppies. I did a puppy